Tiny Troopers Join Ops is a bundled version of Wire Productions' two first installments into the Tiny Troopers franchise. The Tiny Troopers franchise has seen many releases on multiple systems such as Steam, Mac, and even mobile, but now they have moved on to consoles, and they are doing so in a big way. By combining both Tiny Troopers and Tiny Troopers Spec Ops, they have managed to create a great game with tons of content. For this review, I will start off with the first in the series, Tiny Troopers. The game features over 25 levels and offers multiple different types of missions. The missions can range from escorting, surviving, or even just eliminating all the enemy infantry or buildings. There is even a zombie mode that helps give the player a break from the campaign and gives them more currency to use in the campaign. Great addition in my opinion. Unfortunately, the variety is showcased at the beginning, and then becomes a grind till the end of the game where a little more variety is provided with juggernauts. This aside though, the gameplay is great and the unlockables and abilities add to the game immensely. The unlockables range from different outfits with their own benefits such as money after each completed mission or hit points, and aesthetics such as pink camo and SWAT team. You can also get different allies you can hire for each mission. The allies range from Grenadier, Medic, and even Special Forces, each with their own advantages to help you out on your missions, and depending on what mission you're on, you're going to need them. The sound effects are great, but I feel that the music could use some polish. It gets the job done, but seems to be overlooked by the effects. There isn't much of a story except for a few cutscenes, but it's sufficient enough for this type of game. Although the voice acting could use some work, having them is a nice bonus as opposed to text only. One of the biggest problems with the first game is that there doesn't seem to be a lot going on. This is why I highly recommend anyone who's playing this to purchase the speed upgrade right away. It will make all the difference between you wanting to complete the game or quit because it seems like it takes forever to get from one point to another. The game I feel is also a better fit for the PS Vita over the PS3 only because of its short, bite-sized levels. Being able to use the PS3 controller though is a huge plus. On the Vita version you are able to use either touch controls or button controls. I find myself using analog controls for the movement and shooting, and using the touch controls for the menu and equipment. The first one definitely has some faults, so the question is, did the second one fix any of the problems of the first one? I am glad to report that it did. The amount of content as far as the amount of missions is the same, but as far as variety and the amount of action in the level, it has been ramped up tremendously. The second iteration, Spec Ops, introduces many new missions, including, but not limited to, on-rail vehicle shooting, timed missions, and even bringing back all the variety from the first one. They even added more enemies and obstacles in each mission, making it almost non-stop action, which is much needed. The story picks up where the first left off and shares a similar style and presentation with voice cutscenes. Without going into too much detail, it is also just a bare-bones story with just enough to tie the missions together. Overall, I would say that Tiny Troopers Join Ops is well worth the money based on the amount of content alone. Wired Productions knows that they have something here, and that explains why they have stuck with the name and have made sequels. If the next iteration improves as well as Spec Ops did on the first one, the sky's the limit to its potential. The game is a breath of fresh air to the twin-stick shooter genre as well, because let's face it, zombies and space twin-stick shooters are getting pretty stale. Thanks for watching our review of Tiny Troopers Join Ops. For more review videos, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, or follow us on Twitter to keep up to date. Thank you and goodbye.